Welcome to iPen Podcast. My name is Joanne Cox.
Hi, I'm Nanette Buchanan, and welcome to Let's Talk About It. And this week's topic...
You'll have to explain this one to me, because it's everyone has become a part of the me movement. Everyone has become a part of the me movement.
I understand the concept. I really do. If it happened to you, it can happen to me. Mm-hmm. If it happened to us, it can happen to them. I understand that.
Okay.
What I don't understand is the bandwagon.
Oh,
I don't understand how it is that you just assume that who you are makes this big difference in situations that have not even violated you.
That can be social justice. That can be different political figures and laws. And I don't recognize it until it happens to me. And when it happens to me, I don't know why you can't fix this, because I'm here to tell you that I want to change and I want something to be about me.
Right now. Right now.
And I don't know why the world hasn't taken care of this already.
Right now. Right now. I need it to be done right now. I don't understand. We wave these flags of attention. And that's what I'm going to call them. Flags of attention. There's some things I don't need a flag to be waved at. Yes. I don't need you to wave a flag about who you in love with. I don't need that. What I need, the flag that needs to be waved is that you're allowed to love whoever you want to love.
Yes.
I don't need a flag for you to tell me this is who I'm in love with and you have to accept it. I don't have to accept it.
Okay.
But you should be allowed to love who you want to love.
Oh, okay. I just want everybody to know that this is a podcast and we can give our opinion.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've been asking y'all to come in and subscribe.
And give us your opinion.
But this is what I want you to know. This was in the news that someone was doing a meme. And what this meant is they did not want a department store to have in the baby section a pink and a blue area, because it would make people stereotype the sex.
But that's not for you to decide.
And my thing is, well, what if my store is my store? What if in my store I want all the green shirts to be together and all the gold shirts to be together? Does that infringe upon your rights?
But here's my thing, and see, that's what I'm talking about. The thing is, when you go to pink and blue, you're talking gender. When you go to pink and blue, when you distinguish that way and you say pink and blue, you're most likely talking about gender. But in a store, they're looking at, if you're looking for a certain color, here are all the pinks, here are all the blues, here's all this. And for me, I love going in and finding out this is the toddler section. And here's the boy toddlers, here's the girl toddlers, or here's the blue toddlers, or here's the pink toddler.
Right?
It's a benefit for me as a shopper. But the me too, you're not thinking about me as the shopper. You're thinking about you dealing with the genders. And the gender, to me, doesn't have a place in the store.
Well, this is my take. If I were to feel that it's a gender thing, why can't I just say I'm going to get yellow or green? Because that's my preference and I don't want my boy to not have pink. Well, it's okay to me. If that's what you want, that's a you.
And I think that's the part that we're missing. I think what we're missing is the part that everyone has an opinion.
Yeah.
Everyone has a thing that they like. My favorite color is green.
Yes.
It does not mean that I don't wear other colors.
Right.
However, I'm not going to say the store should have everything green up front just for me.
That is a great analogy. Thank you.
Just for me. Where is the green? There's no green in this store. Now you violated me. No, there's no violation. They just don't have green.
Right.
Why are we taking it to the levels that we're taking it to?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about when I say me too. When it comes when it comes to social injustice and everything else, everyone should have the rights. Liberty for all. The all should be all. It should not be a select few. It should be everyone. So when we look at different things and we say different things, are we infringing on someone else's rights to verbalize our rights? For example, just like you, I'm reading, and I read about a gentleman who was trying to get on a plane in the economy, first class. He's in line. He's a black man, large size, looked like a football player.
Okay.
He's in line. White American. She comes up, and she decides he's in the wrong line. She doesn't know him. She says it to him. Sir, I believe you're in the wrong line. And he says, no, I'm in the right line. She said, this is not economy. This is first class, coach. You need to be in the other line. And he said, what made you think that my ticket is not the right ticket? She said, because you can't afford it.
Excuse me. I was just about to ask you that question.
Because you can't afford it.
Was he holding the ticket up in the air so that she could read it?
He had to then pull out the ticket. He pulled out the ticket and he showed her the ticket. He said, I had to hold my temper because I really wanted to turn around. He said, but I've learned because of my size and being a black man. Sometimes I'm just intimidated.
Are you telling me that this happened? You're bringing this up because this happened in 65? 1965?
No, this happened in 2021. It just happened a couple of weeks ago.
What is it that makes a person...
Then she went on to say, well then... he must be, talking to the group that she was with, he must be military or one of those athletic type because they normally don't have enough money to ride in the class that we're riding in. He said he simply turned to her and said, no ma'am, I'm not.
Okay.
Now, as he went on to explain the story, he explained it saying, I always ride first class. I pay a little more for my ticket because I'm large. Because I'm tall, I need the leg room.
Yes.
And because I'm wide, I need the seat to be a little bigger. So he said, I've always had to pay more for my ticket.
Well, this is what I want the viewers to know.
But the me too. Where does that go?
Yes. And so I think you understand when things become the me and it's not the all, it's the me. Let us not speculate on a person's income. Let us not count a person's check and their pennies. Because whether you make 20,000, 60,000 or $1 million, it means that you choose to spend your money where you want it to be. Now, if I make minimum wage, I might want first class and I might want to save up.
I might have saved that money.
I can save up. But I don't owe anyone an explanation as to how I come about purchasing that. And for me, I will not explain to another writer about my finances.
And he said with all of the turmoil that's been going on at the airports and all of the things that have been going on, he didn't want to make it into something bigger than he thought it was. So he did show her the ticket, and he did show, when he got his turn, he said, could you explain to her, what the difference is in these tickets? Because she seems to be under the impression that my ticket is not valid.
Yes.
That me being here is not valid. And when he said that to her, the other people in the line clapped. Now she was embarrassed. So she wants the airline to give her an apology for the way she was treated in the line.
Well, we need to understand, need to understand that it takes different people to make a world.
Exactly. But it's so many Me Too's now. It's so many, and they've labeled them Karens and Becky and this and that. And I'm at the point now where, okay, let's stop looking at them and giving them the benefit of the doubt. Let's start addressing them just as he did with the official that was there to say to her, ma'am, this is not good.
This is
not good.
This is 2021. We need to respect each other.
Respect each other.
And understand that if you believe, which is ridiculous, but if you believe that that person is in the wrong, let the authority over that area take care of that.
Deal with that.
You know, the airline person would have simply redirected the person
to where they needed to go. None of your business. How about it's none of your business?
Let us clear our minds and our hearts to understand.
I think we're going too far.
I think that, you know, people are saying we're going backwards. I think that we just need to understand that we need to love, honor, and respect one another.
Liberty and justice for all.
And the pursuit of happiness.
All. Yes, for all.
Yes.
Because the thing about it is, we've gone too far. Mm-hmm. We've gone so far that we're looking in neighbors' windows. We're checking the neighbor who visits. We're checking who comes to see them. We're checking to see what they're wearing. We're watching their dogs. We're watching what they do with it. We're doing too much.
And what I hear in a different way is that we are showing our insecurities. Because when I start to get out of my lane and try to address that, I am so insecure about what I have and what I don't have that I need to bring up someone else's situation to clarify to others.
When I go in the store and I'm looking for that color outfit, I could care less where they have it. Where is it? I'm looking for pink. I'm looking for blue. Where is it?
And if
I could care less how you got it decorated, how you got it separated, my biggest pet peeve is always that when I go to the medium size, I got small and large mixed in. I just don't understand how come the small and large is mixed in.
Because that lady that was on that air flight moved it. That's what happened.
I'm just trying to
make light of it.
Exactly. I'm just trying to figure out, why are we so intent on changing someone else's agenda?
Yeah, it's insecure.
I'm not trying to change your agenda. If you decide that you want to wear your hair a certain way,
yes.
If my restaurant says you have to have a hairnet, it doesn't matter if you got straight hair, teased hair, a wig, dreads, or whatever. It needs to be covered
with that net.
I could care less.
Yes.
There are some things that are just too extreme.
Mm-hmm.
It's too extreme. And I understand that. When we go to the extreme, we need to be pulled back.
Yes.
But when it's not extreme and it's just a matter of choice.
Mm-hmm.
When it's a matter of choice, what color you want your hair.
Mm-hmm.
What style you want your hair.
Thank you.
How you want to take care of your hair.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you put that net on,
mm-hmm.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with saying you got your hair covered. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in, well, why are you allowing them to wear dreads to work? That doesn't bother me. Mm-hmm. As long as the hair is covered.
Because we already have rules in place.
There's already rules.
We got some in place.
There's already rules. And if the people that are the authoritative figures are doing what they're supposed to do,
that's what I'm saying.
The rules are taken care of.
That's right.
This Me Too thing has gone way out of the realm.
And this is when you want to speak up. And I'm going to use that situation because we talked about it for a while. I am going to complain and talk to the authority of the airplane, whoever that person is in charge, the stewardess or steward, and say this person is in my seat.
Exactly.
Now that is doing
something entirely different.
That's totally different. And I now have a right to say my seat has been taken and this is my ticket. Mm-hmm. This is when you want to bring someone into the picture other than
and I'm still not going to talk to the person.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm still not talking to them. I'm going to the person in charge.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. That Me Too thing has just gone too far. I'm tired of all the parades. I'm tired of all of it. I'm tired of all of it. It's equal for everyone.
Yes.
If a certain group is allowed to march and they have to get a petition to march, they have to put in a application to march and everything else, every group should have to put in a petition.
Everyone.
Put in every group. Because if you allow this group to march, then that group should be able to march. That group, following the guidelines that are in the paperwork to march.
That's clear.
It should not be where you pick and choose because this group is headed by so-and-so and this group is headed by this person. No, everyone is allowed, according to the law, to march.
That is so clear to me.
It should not be where we make a decision because it's a me too.
Yes.
It should not be.
That is so clear.
We shouldn't have that. We shouldn't have it where when you come in, there should be a certain forum. There's certain things that you do at a meeting. You're allowed to speak. Mm-hmm. You stand up and speak and say something that somebody else doesn't like. No, I'm not putting you out. I'm going to put the other person out for disrupting the speaking.
Yes.
Because you should be allowed, according to the rule, to speak.
Right. I'm already on the agenda.
You're on the agenda. You should be allowed to speak. Mm-hmm. This Me Too thing has really, really riled me because I'm like, where do these people come from where they think they can do and say anything to anyone?
Well, I know where they come from and I know why they do it. They do it because of the fact that they have gotten away with it in the past.
In the past, yes.
Now, I'm believing that once you put it to them and they have been embarrassed or realize that they are in the wrong and it's openly done.
Now they're upset. Now they want to fall out. They want to go on television and tell people how you've been mistreated them.
They're still wanting to win.
They still want to win.
They're wanting to win, and again, insecurities will lead you to destruction. You got to first fix the person and just say, you use the word all, and so if that person in whatever situation, whether it's the clothing store, the airplane, or the beauty salon, and you know that all these things are in place paper-wise and all of that, if we go according to that, if you don't like what is on paper, if you don't like the guideline, then you're going to still go by protocol to make changes.
Make the proper changes.
Because
if you see something that goes out of the norm, things evolve and things do change.
And
I'm not against change. I'm not against an open forum. I'm not against change. What I'm against is the method that we choose to just destroy or belittle other people in public. We destroy or belittle people just because it's your agenda. We destroy or we belittle the system.
Yes.
Because of the simple fact that we don't like the way the system is.
Right.
I didn't want to wear uniforms to school. But they weren't going to change that for me.
No.
Just because I didn't like, they told us.
That was a me thing.
They told them those uniforms better be a certain length below your knee. I didn't want to wear those skirts, not back then, but we didn't have a choice. If you want to go to this school, this is the uniform that you're going to wear.
And then there is a form, as you said, that if you wanted, the parents wanted to get together and say, I don't think they should have this, then they would put it to a vote.
Exactly.
And they would make those changes.
And these are the things that
these are what we want you to know.
And we have to look at it too. And this is the reason why I brought it up, and this is the reason why I thought it would be an interesting topic. These are the things that we're showing our kids how to handle situations. If we continue to show our kids that a disgruntled march, a violent protest, a hair-raring activity at a store, a person that approaches someone negatively in a public place. If this is what we do in front of children, in front of others, in front of other children, in front of our youth.
Yes.
How do they learn how to handle things the right way?
And it's been said over and over, it's not always what we say.
It's how we say it.
It's what we
and
do.
what we do.
And so children learn from simply watching you. And so if you're saying, treat everyone fair, do the right things, be courteous.
But then on the other hand,
but they see your actions, and those actions speak so much louder than the words.
Exactly.
And it gives mixed messages.
Exactly. And then we wonder how it is that kids just do what they do? How do kids just go and do? Not only that, these same Me Too's cover for the violations that their kids do. They cover for the things that aren't right, or they pay their way through things that aren't right. We all can't pay.
Yes.
But we all will pay for it.
And a lot of times we would call this a heavy topic, but I want us to look at it in a different way. No, this is a very light topic because it is fixable. And it is doable that we can be in control of ourselves individually.
All we have to do is be conscious.
And be conscious of our surroundings, how we say something, and what's being done to make the corrections. So with that being said, comment, get back with us, and let us know how you feel and how you would treat some of the injustices that take place.
And if you just think about it, I want you to just think about this statement and make it your own. And think about how you would want someone to respond. Don't judge my story by the chapter you walked in on.
Ooh, I think as a novelist, I think that's a book.
Don't judge my story by the chapter you walked in on. You don't know how I got what I have.
You didn't read chapter 1 or the last chapter.
Or how I no longer have it. So it can go either way. You don't know who I once walked away from or who I now love today. You guys, your viewers, she would always give us that last statement. And now she's breaking it down. Just in case you don't understand. You don't know where a person is. And that also triggers certain things. When you trigger that anger from that person, when they turn back to you and make a negative comment to you, because you don't know their story.
Yes.
You don't know what they struggled to do. Like you said, you don't know how long I saved up to get on this plane.
Yes.
To ride first class.
You guys, she's wanting to go on. But,
I'm going to try not to.
But until next time, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you invite a friend. This was very touching and emotional for Nanette. And so tune in.
Yes, please tune in. Subscribe. Bring a friend. And don't forget to leave a comment. Till next week.
Bye-bye.